inclusion. It's my privilege right now to introduce Abha Banerjee. I hope I got that roughly right, Abha, but forgive me if I got it wrong.
Just about.
Yeah. Abha is well known. I've got a script here of pages, so just bear with me while I take up. I have to go for a couple of minutes. But she consults broadly to blue chip companies on a range of people issues, but particularly for us on diversity and inclusion. Fondly known as the Oprah of Asia, and a list of other awards and recognition throughout her current 20-year career stepping from being a lawyer. But rather than me read the script, I'll show you a video. We will show you a video. Without any further ado, please welcome, give a great big Bluescope welcome to Abha.
Thank you very much, Anna. Oh, thank you once again. Oh yeah, I did that one. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I think you've had a long day, but we're going to have some fun now, because when we come to sessions like this, we must know we are here for brainstorming. And I'm a little bit of a mad woman, as you saw, that I've been doing this for 20 years. And they just condensed my work of 20 years in 30 seconds. I didn't like that. Simon, we needed a longer video. Okay, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Oh. Okay, this thing works? It does. This number. What is that number? That's not my handwriting. This thing doesn't seem to work. I don't know why it doesn't. Okay. You see that number there? I'm not going to ask anybody what that number is, but I'm going to tell you what that number is. This is the cost of homophobia and discrimination against the LGBT community, according to a UNAIDS report in 2016. This is just one segment. And today our focus is on gender. Alex spoke about some of the things. I'm going to touch upon them a little bit later. But the whole idea is that this workforce of 35% women across the world tells us that it is also the unusually underutilized human resource, thanks to the things that we think women can or cannot do. We talked about unconscious bias because we believe women can do some things and they can't do the others. Most of it is either the truth, not the truth, complete falsehood, fancy ideas, brain children of fertile minds, and some nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But it affects our lives, right? It has affected mine. I'm sure women in the audience would know it affects theirs. So with a show of hands, how many women feel that this part of the unconscious bias has affected their lives in some way or the other? I'm not talking about the workplace. Anyway, I see some hands raised in the back. Okay, so anywhere. I mean, it's not just the workplace. It's not here in Bluescope. I know you can't say that, but can we just raise our hands to say that yes, it has affected our lives in some way. It has affected mine. Now, leaders world over have accepted, recognized, they know for a fact that having a diverse team of people, including women, communities, and all sorts of people around is beneficial for them. It gives them a competitive edge to bring their products and services to the people that they want to serve, the end user. However, and I'm going to repeat this one twice. However, there is a stark gap between this potential and what we need to do to unlock this potential. And I repeat, there is a stark gap between this potential and what we need to do to unlock this potential in terms of leadership behaviors or company cultures or employee behaviors or strategy or whatever else we want to call it. But we are not in a place today where we can call ourselves completely gender diverse or diversity driven people. Presuming there is an unconscious bias existing at every level of human existence, especially between men and women. We all know that. And it affects our lives, it affects our workplaces. What does it do? It allows one group to be questioned more than the other group, make assumptions based on falsehood, and having differing standards. Now that leads to some very skewed interpretations, very skewed communication, and a subtle level of conflict that continues to exist, which we can't do a thing about, because we do not accept this is happening between us.